G'day everyone, welcome to the Bothy. I'm Chris.
G'day, I'm Al.
So finally, after 12 years...
Something might be getting done.
Something is getting done.
We'll see.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Dan Andrews is being sued by Ryan Meuleman in the Australian Federal Court starting December. So he's suing him for defamation and he's suing Catherine Andrews for defamation.
Good.
Yep. So just to bring this back to the start, Catherine Andrews was allegedly driving a vehicle that mowed down Ryan Meuleman.
Yep.
At least that's one side of events.
Yep.
The other side of events is that Ryan Meuleman
He rammed their car.
Yeah. Tried to mow down
That sounds more real.
On top of this, they've also put together a portfolio of evidence, including new evidence, which is interesting, that has been compiled by their investigators and will be presented to Chief Commissioner of Police Mike Choppergate Bush.
Choppergate.
Well, with all these illegal helicopter activity, mate, evidently, what a beat up. Honestly, if ever the guys felt like a beat up, that's the one. But anyway, I don't think he'll ever get on a helicopter again.
No.
Ryan will contest their statements, and we would imagine that'll include statements such as he hit us, he T-boned us.
Yeah.
Okay, and what's the problem there? Tell me exactly what happened.
We've turned right into Ridley Street and a kid's come flying through on the bike path.
Yep.
And we've hit him.
Okay.
But all of that obviously is alleged. It's interesting, they'll use some evidence from what was put together from 2013, including a Victoria ambulance report that noted at the time that he was struck most likely by a vehicle doing 40 to 60 kilometres an hour.
Yep.
This particular document from Ambulance Victoria, this witness statement essentially from paramedics who were at the scene at the time, and the way they've described it and the way they've described the patient's injuries aren't necessarily consistent with the Premier and the Andrews family's long claims about it. Instead of being T-boned, the paramedics write that the teenage cyclist was struck, ended up on the bonnet, then onto the windscreen, and the injuries he suffered down the left side of his body seem to perhaps be more consistent with that version of events.
To cause the sort of injuries.
Not standing still.
No, being T-boned by a bike.
No, I just can't believe that.
Other investigations that were completed by former Assistant Commissioner for Traffic and Operations, Dr. Raymond Shuey, found that the Andrews Ford Territory was travelling at speed and on the wrong side of the road.
Dr. Shuey concluded that the driver was travelling at high speed, cutting the corner while turning into Ridley Street, and that the SUV was on the wrong side of the road when it slammed into Ryan head-on. Dr. Shuey says that Ryan's bike went under the SUV and he was hit by the front of the car, thrown onto the windscreen, and then over the top of the vehicle. Dr. Shuey's report concludes that the driver of the SUV was responsible for the near-fatal crash.
Wow.
There you go.
It's getting better for them.
When the crash was occurred. That's his allegation. Anyway, it was also mentioned that Victoria Police had engaged in an overt cover-up to avoid implicating a political figure. And we know that because the police report stated they did do a breathalyzer.
But they never.
But they didn't. They also never had an interview.
Did they got reprimanded at the time, didn't they?
Yes. Well, no, they got investigated, but they were found to have done nothing wrong.
So got promoted.
Not because of those acts, but they did end up getting promoted.
Sounds a little bit sus.
An anti-corruption probe cleared both officers of any wrongdoing.
Right.
I thought it was mandatory
to
breathalyze
somebody that's been in an accident.
Yeah.
My son got breathalyzed when he had an accident on his own. There was no other cars involved. They made him do a breath test to make sure if he was not drinking.
The car's dented. It's got a smashed windscreen and a side mirror missing. It's not roadworthy, right? Yet the police allowed to be driven away?
Yeah. That seems odd.
Yeah, but no wrongdoing.
Nah.
No.
Is it perhaps because of who he was?
Well, that's what
you think?
The allegations
No, surely not. Surely not.
Excuse me. So finally, Dan's going to get dragged in front of the court. We can only pray that him and Catherine actually have to get up on the stand and give evidence under oath. I'm sure they'll use a lot of terms like, I can't remember.
Yeah, but people like that, under oath doesn't mean anything.
No.
Right?
No, they're above
under
the law.
oath is for people that actually believe that something bad will happen if they go against the oath. Because the oath is like what? It's Christian, right?
Now you can choose a number of different oaths.
Can you really?
Yeah. But Christian is one. You can swear on the Bible or you can swear on the
Quran.
Yep. Or on just a pledge.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's going to be something that we'll come back on.
Yeah, exactly right. So we know there's a GoFundMe set up. I think it's raised about 93,000 out of the 250,000 they're chasing to allow them to go whole hog on this. And once again, we will donate 20% of whatever revenue we can raise.
Yep, for sure.
To get them. And we've done a little donation. We'd like to say we've given them thousands of dollars, but unfortunately it hasn't had that
We
many
can only
views.
give them a percentage of what we get.
Yeah. Even if we were given everything that we got on those videos, still would have been not very much money, unfortunately. But we're trying.
Yeah.
So, the hundreds rather than thousands that we've given them is something better than nothing. So this is different. This video is no different. We'll be doing that. On the Bikeboy website, their website quotes that there's 10 alleged lies that have been told, and they include he hit us.
Yeah.
We know that one is an alleged lie. Another one is that they immediately called 000.
No.
Immediately, once Bohemian Rhapsody stopped playing. 6.5 minutes later, police reports stated breathless were completed. We know they weren't. They weren't even conducted. The crash was never investigated. Interviews were never conducted. Ryan was never interviewed by the police, mate.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
Yep.
In fact, the police visited him and said, we're lucky.
You're lucky you're not getting charged.
I got run over on my bike and I'm lucky I'm not being charged.
That is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You can see why the family's so incensed.
Yeah.
I'd be beside myself
Yeah.
if that was one of my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely beside myself. There's a couple of other little interesting ones in there that I hadn't really thought of. Dan Andrews said in the phone when he was asked, is he bleeding? He's saying, no, there's no sign of blood. Other witnesses said it was clear that he was bleeding right through his T-shirt.
Yeah.
So witnesses are alleging that maybe Dan wasn't even there when he made that call.
He called from the house
Or he
after
called
dropping
from-
the
yeah.
kids off.
Down the street somewhere. Yeah. The other one that's interesting is they stated that the SUV had glass and everything all smashed through it when obviously the photos show that's not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't caved in at all. So it's really interesting to see where this goes. Thank goodness Ryan and his family have had the fortitude to take this action and that they are pushing for the truth. That's all
That's all you
everybody
can hope.
wants.
That's all you can hope for.
We can only pray that justice and a fair outcome is what we get from this and that Dan has to face up to what everybody else in Victoria or Australia
We'd have to face up to it.
Exactly. If you
Because-
did it,
Yeah.
right. Well, if you or I did it, we'd have coughed up right on the day.
Yeah.
Yep. And the consequences are the consequences. Right?
Yeah.
Not these guys. And they've got away with it for 12 years. So now I hope that it's magnified and they get what's coming.
Yeah, like you say, they've had the fortitude to keep going with this, and they obviously believe their son, as they should. And the fact that they've kept on going with this, hopefully they'll get some satisfaction out of this in the end, even if it is, both parties were at fault, blah blah blah. Just some sort of frigging truth instead of the bullshit that they've been spieling out from the news.
Yeah.
And from Dan Andrews' mouth, literally.
Yeah.
And his wife.
Yeah. I hope they win their case, mate. A win for Ryan and his family is a win for everybody. Let's be honest. Nobody believes one side of the events.
No.
Everybody believes the other side.
I know, but that doesn't mean it's true.
Absolutely.
You have to just go with the facts, not the fiction. We have to go with, and however it drops, as long as it's fair, we just got to go with it.
I can't see the police going.
I'd love to be like you and just say, Dan Andrews, let's smash him because he smashed us during COVID.
Yeah. But
that's not what I'm about. I'm about finding the actual reality and getting to the truth.
And smashing Dan Andrews.
hopefully that's what the outcome is.
Yeah, exactly right. I can't see them getting anywhere with the Victoria Police. I hope they do, but I can't see it, mate.
Lies cover lies, mate.
Yeah, they're never going to investigate after they've already done an investigation, however botched it was. And then
An investigation.
Yeah. And then they've done a investigation into themselves on the investigation, and that got the all clear. I can't see them picking up and running it. Even we don't know
because that would be admitting
fault.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they can't do that. They can only go, this new evidence that's been brought. Hopefully that's what they do. And go, now that we've seen this new evidence, and hopefully the investigators have got some decent evidence that they can actually excuse themselves from stuffing everything up.
Yeah.
And that'll be the only way they'll be able to do it. Because if they're throwing stones at the police as well as Dan Andrews,
very hard, isn't it?
they're not going to.
Yeah.
They're not going to get anywhere.
No, exactly right. You can't beat both.
Nah.
Not at the same time.
You have to at least give the police commissioner and the rest of them a way out to go, we perhaps were a little bit wrong with this and we should have done a little bit more and blah, blah, blah. And that's the only way they're going to get out of it. Because if they throw in stones at both of them at the same time, they're going to get nowhere.
No, I agree. Well, Ryan, we wish you all the best. We'd love to be there in December in court with you, but we'll support you in any way we can and your family, and hope to see the outcome that every Victorian and Australian wants to see. The truth come out.
The truth come out.
Someone actually get on stand and have to admit the truth. That would be awesome.
Although I've really not heard him say much truth since he's been in politics.
No, good point. Yeah.
So
that freeway will cost you nothing. The Commonwealth Games.
We get the Commonwealth Games. No, we're not.
Yeah, he has told some of the biggest porgies and got away with it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Of any politician ever.
Yep. I have nothing to do with China or Russia. And then he's in the picture.
Yeah. Exactly right.
What the hell? How much did he sell to get in that picture?
Exactly right. Well, he's Chinese associate. Must have helped him there. All right, Ryan, go your hardest, mate. We are rooting for you. We hope that you knock him into defamation court and win well. So good on you, mate. Go hard.
Yep, go hard, mate.
Good on you.
Good on you.
See you, everyone.
Bye.